All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about two articles. The first one is the big news, is that India Bitconnect head has been arrested, and this has been in the news for about 2 days now, so I guess I'm a little late to the party, but fashionably late, if you will. And then the next article I thought was just really interesting, and I figured I'd bring you that as well. You may hear a baby yelling in the background, but he's taking a bath, he's having a good time. But the alleged India Bitconnect head, Divyesh Darji, was arrested this week at an airport in Delhi as he arrived from Dubai. He and conspirators are accused of milking millions of dollars from Indian investors seeking to find financial refuge during government's demonetization campaign. The sad, at times infuriating case of Bitconnect continues to unravel around the world. This week, accused mastermind of the group in Asia, Divyesh Darji, was arrested in connection with his role in the many millions of dollars investment scam. Local media reports Darji's outfit was registered in the United Kingdom, but essentially operated from the Burj Khalifa Tower in Dubai. So that's where Bitconnect was operated from, of course, in Dubai. That actually kind of makes a lot of sense. Perhaps it is a fitting center for a Bitconnect operation, the tallest structure in the world since its crowning in 2010. It mirrors proponents of the famed project and now widely recognized scam, Big. Everything about Bitconnect was big. Big promises, big returns, big gains, big conferences, and last, a very big fall indeed. So in seemingly desperate times, human psychology might tend to succumb more readily to a credulity, whatever, not normally envisaged, that well-worn skepticism when it comes to good to be true claims dulls when arguably needed most. Theoretically, that's what happened to many Indian investors. So in late 2016, its government demonetized all of the money, the rupees, notes of the Mahatma Gandhi series. It would be to the equivalent of banning $10 and $20 bills. So it was an effort to strangle the growing Indian black market. So Bitconnect and scams like it were a perfect storm. Why keep money in fiat in government paper when its publisher can just decide to snatch wealth from the average Indian on a whim? Instead, catch this Bitcoin train so much in the media with Bitconnect promising forever returns, as it is supposedly used invested Bitcoin to pay for still other Bitcoiners' returns. And it worked. It did, as long as the market continued to shoot up and defy the most irrational Bitcoin proponent in late 2017. Bitconnect's claims were vigorously defended by its participants. And so we all remember that. Once so much as a small correction reared its head, however, the entire scheme collapsed, and Indian promoters largely bailed, going abroad after investigations were launched by Indian authorities. Well-known personality and politicians were even caught up. So 3 politicians are some of the conspirators mentioned as well. Bitconnect. Oh, yeah. So the company was registered in the UK and have an office in Surat. They launched their own Bitconnect coins soon after demonetization. They promoted the company on social media and holding gala functions in cities around the world. They lured investors with 60% monthly interest. Oh, God, it's 2% a day. It's so ridiculous. And incentives in the form of referral interest. It's the same company in which Shailesh Bhatt invested 1.8 crore to recover the money. He had allegedly kidnapped Dhaval Mavani and another person with crazy Indian names of Bitconnect. He had extorted 2,019 Bitcoins, 11,000 Litecoins. So the case was registered with Surat Zone, and they recovered 169 Bitcoins and 8 kilograms of gold from the accused. Because, yeah, I'm always just carrying around 8 kilograms of gold. Totally. It's like just 16 pounds, 17, 18 pounds of gold all the time. All the time. I got it in my pocket. That's why I wear a belt. You know, because it just all the gold weighs down. Now, I want to read you this article, and this is a really interesting article. And it really makes you think. And at first glance of reading the title of this article, I go, what? That's ridiculous. Why Bitcoin would probably not get listed on Binance today. Of course it would get listed today, because it's the #1 market cap. Of course it would get listed. But then you have to stop and think to yourself, wait. What if Bitcoin just suddenly came out? Just now, with no market cap necessarily, you know, it's an ICO or it's a newly mineable coin. What if Bitcoin came out just now? Would it really be that popular? Ask yourself that. It's a really good question. So, at the same time, Binance has been at the receiving end of criticism for charging exorbitant listing fees for new tokens. Claim Binance has 400 BTC to list his altcoin token. when he claimed when he tried to file his token. So $2.6 million. Meanwhile, Binance CEO Zhao CZ clarified that his exchange does not list shitcoins. Are you sure about that, Binance? I don't know. Okay. In fact, getting listed on Binance is an arduous and expensive process, though the fee is really not the key factor, according to Zhao. What? What do you mean? Anyway, there is 98% chance you won't hear from us after you submit your application. This is the norm. He stressed that we like coins with a proven team, useful product, and large user base. I admit, probably fairly difficult to get put on Binance, unless you have $2.6 million. In addition, Binance's guidelines reiterate that submitting the form is the only way to get your token listed. We typically require your project founder or CEO to fill out the form. Why? If there's ever a bug with your wallet, a fork, a double spend on your blockchain, we need to talk to a key person. Indeed, hacks, cyber attacks, bugs, and general errors continue to plague the novel low market cap coins, like Verge, for example, has experienced several. Such emergencies put users as funds at risk, and thus close communication between a supporting exchange and the coin's development team is crucial. I totally agree. So if Bitcoin were launched today, granted any type of anomaly goes out the window if some authority must fill out the listing form completely incomprehensibly. Hence, it is ironic that the most successful cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, would most likely not get listed for the very reason that it makes it the most successful, a creator who disappeared. Although I don't think that made it the most successful. I think it was the first, and that's kind of why it's the most successful. Also, good luck getting Zhao to read your paper. Don't send me your white paper. I don't do initial reviews, he writes. So therefore, if Satoshi were to launch Bitcoin today, just like it was a decade ago, its chances of landing on Binance would be slim for one simple reason. Who would fill out the application? Who would Binance communicate with if there were any issues? Satoshi? One of the core developers? Question mark. So if you have a decentralized cryptocurrency with a founder that disappeared, you can never get listed on exchanges, wrote Twitter Whale Panda. This isn't just for Binance, this is pretty much for any exchange now. So at the same time, there are other factors that would probably put it into one of the better categories, very good, good, average, and bad. If Bitcoin indeed had the same strong team of talented developers, working product, large user base, and no ICO launch, but organic growth via mining and proof of work, it would likely incur a smaller fee than your average token. So, plus Bitcoin's immaculate launch is unreplicable. On the flip side, new cryptocurrencies aspiring to become the next Bitcoin will not be able to replicate Bitcoin's immaculate launch. Creators of new tokens will find it irresistible to get listed. Investors will demand it. Meanwhile, creators will be forced to reveal their identity, particularly as it calls for as regulatory scrutiny grow louder. So in other words, while getting listed on Binance is hard, replicating Bitcoin's organic launch at a time when crypto exchanges didn't even exist is next to impossible. However, this doesn't go into other details. So let me just ask you, would you be interested in Bitcoin? This is a very personal question. Would you be interested in Bitcoin if Bitcoin did not exist right now, and I came up to you, or I made a video and I said, hey, there's this brand new coin we can all mine. It's called Bitcoin. And you'd go, okay, tell me about it. And you would have some questions about it. You'd be like, okay, well, is it free transactions? And I would tell you, no. In fact, it's one of the highest cost transactions. And you go, okay, that sucks. Well, okay, so if it's the highest cost transaction, is it instantaneous? Is it very fast? And I would tell you, no. In fact, it's one of the slowest cryptocurrencies by actual fact. I mean, it's like 7 or 11 transactions a minute or something like that. Very, very low. And then you might, okay, well, we're 2 for 2 so far, 2 X's so far. What's the third one? How about, is it private? Is it a private cryptocurrency? And I would say, no. In fact, it's quite public if you know somebody's public key, like a lot of cryptos, but it's quite public. It's not private at all, in fact. And you go, so what is good about it? And I would tell you, well, not a lot. In the case of Bitcoin, it has been around for a while. So there's security and there's tons of infrastructure developed around it. But other than that, if you think of Bitcoin as a new coin and not necessarily the first coin and the best coin because it's market cap or whatever you feel, you might realize pretty quick that Bitcoin itself is not really the greatest coin. I mean, no, everybody uses it. I still use it. I will still continue to use it. But, there needs to be a realization that if Bitcoin was a new coin and you came up to me asking about my Bitcoin and my new coin and what the features are, I couldn't tell you. There really aren't any good features that make it above any other coin. And you might ask me another question. You might say, hey, does it do smart contracts? And I would say, absolutely not. You can kind of write to the blockchain, but not really. and there was, I just shut you down. That's 4 for 4 that I shut you down. So is it good security? Is it is it hard to 51% attack? Well, the answer would be yes on that, but not if it was a new coin. So it doesn't kind of really work that way. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope that brought up a nice existential question in your head. And maybe one day something will come from the Bitconnect incident, but I doubt anybody's going to get their money back anytime soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.